Aloha everyone! So, Victoria is here. I am on the big island of Hawaii where all the volcano eruptions are happening right now, although I am staying away from lava. I am in what's considered in the VOG zone, but it's way much safer than what people going through on the other side of the island right now. So they're all in our prayers and we do what we can to support them, and hoping you're staying away from lava too. Um, I just wanted to talk about VOG and to help determine if it's actually affecting us, because I was doing the market at the Kona stroll last weekend, and I mean I'm doing it every month, but just this month I was surprised how many tourists were just feeling extremely sick, and they did not know what's happening with them, and they didn't even know what VOG is. They just felt fatigue and tired and crazy sinus. That one guy, his nose was so freaking red because he was so congested and he was wiping his nose constantly. I've never seen such a red nose before. It was just hurting to look at him. So, hi Hannah. So I wanted to help us determine if it's actually affecting us, and if it's been affecting us for many years for those people who live on the big island, because it's definitely not the first day we're experiencing the VOG here. And honestly, I don't even know what's worse, the pollution and exhaust from all those big cities where people live and inhaling it every day in comparison with VOG, what we inhaling here on the big island. Because I saw somewhere on the medical research that if you are living in a big city like New York and LA, and if you live at least 1 mile, closer than 1 mile to the interstate highway, your body is having way much more difficulties with detoxifying all those exhaust and toxins out of your body, so you need additional help. So uh, I wanted to show you the map where I am, if you guys can see it. So this is the map of the big island. The danger zone is here. We are in the VOG zone here in Kona. So basically VOG is toxic ash and sulfur dioxide mixed with oxygen that gets appears from the lava. And then the way we're located on the west side of Hawaii is that it's most of it is blowing our way. So I wanted to read you the a little thing from the International Volcanic Health Hazard Network report that I posted yesterday. That they report that people living far downwind of the volcano, such as the on Hawaii Island's west side, which is Kona also is, are mostly affected by the fine particles, and of course those who live in close proximity to the volcano eruptions. So it's this area where the winds are often it just kind of blows it this way, and after that it's just this stagnation. So we're kind of stuck inhaling it, and we're really happy when we have a really you know, bright skies day. But I just wanted to mention that it didn't happen just now. It's always been like that. It's just these days it's a little bit more dense, and that's why a lot of people feel more sick. And if you're one of them, I just wanted to share some tips, because I feel very supported at this not easy time for the big island, and I wanted to share what personally been helping me. But also, so I showed you the map, so we know what the VOG is, and then also I wanted to read the symptoms. So particularly it's bad for people who have some respiratory issues like pre-asthma or already asthmatic or diabetic. So those people should be more careful and take some precautions. But for even, I mean, my customers contacted me and they're usually super healthy. They work out, they're very athletic, they take their supplements, they're even detoxing on a daily basis, and they still got affected. So here, if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, that probably might be caused by the VOG. And just because it's been stored, because it's been so dense, it's been stored in our body, and is just kind of like a little overload already, so body needs help to get rid of it. So according to the International Volcanic Health Hazard Network, VOG can trigger additional short-term symptoms including eye, nose, throat, and skin irritation, chest tightness, shortness of breath, or dizziness, and fatigue. So I've had clients texting me saying, VOG is making me so lethargic that I cannot get out of bed for days, and I need to do stuff, and I go to work, and I need to run errands, but I just cannot do anything. Some of them are usually healthy people, when the VOG is not as dense. And I wanted to share my story too, because I moved to Kona about 8 years ago, and I have a lifelong autoimmune condition called eczema. So at first I couldn't figure out why, after I moved to Hawaii, my skin condition was worsening and worsening, and after a couple of years living in Kona, I already could not manage my skin irritation symptoms, that I actually had to get on steroids, which is really bad for you. So, but over time I understood that VOG could be contributing to some of it, because I already had prehistoric condition. So, but ever since, I've been through a bunch of hardcore, impossible detox programs. So right now I feel very, very supported through this. Also, one of my friends told me that even before all of this happened recently on the Big Island, just now, every time she owns an art gallery here at Aloha, so she travels a lot. Every time she'll go on the mainland or out of country, it's like her mind gets a little clearer. She feels more energy, but whenever she would come back, she would feel this kind of toll of the VOG on her. And again, she's a young girl, so, and I've heard, other stories, like when people move from Florida, and some people, when they move to Kona, they feel much better, but some people, it affects their health. So I don't know, I guess all we can do is kind of get educated if it's affecting us, if we feel more lethargic and kind of like on the low energy wise these days, that it might be the VOG, and then we can just do our best to manage. And because if you cannot get away from the VOG zone, and at least to go to Waikoloa, live there for a couple of weeks, or Hawaii, then you gotta do something as soon as possible, just to protect yourself and lungs. Because I saw the video on Facebook the other day, that the picture of the farmers in the farmers' gardens in Puna, that the vegetation is basically dying from the toxic ash. So yes, we are not in Puna here in Kona, but we get a lot of that with the wind. So you just want to make sure you are protecting your lungs. And also, I honestly haven't seen people wearing masks on this side, but I read interesting thing again at the at this National Volcanic Hazard website, that basically those aerosols that are emitted by the volcano eruptions, that those masks, that they cannot really oh, here it is. So according to Columbia University Medical Center, aerosols created by volcanic smog are very small particles, and respirator masks do not really prevent them entering the lungs. So it's either has to be a super expensive mask to help you protect yourself, because we don't know how many weeks it's going to last, or you have to do, start doing something additional today, because if you work in Kona and you cannot escape if you have to work here. So yeah, so what I've been doing recently, more frequently than usual, I started scheduling regular massages to help the lymph going, because when we get the lymph going, it helps detoxify whatever doesn't serve us, whatever we start, accumulating, and body's having troubles getting rid of it because it's finally like suddenly too much, like VOG these days. So yeah, it's helping me a lot. And if so, I guess it's the good time to text your favorite massage therapist in Kona, West Hawaii, and schedule an appointment, maybe on a weekly basis. And if funds are not allowing, then there's a student massages available. If you need some information or their address here in Kona, you can text me, PM me, and I'll give you their contact info. I think it's just $40 an hour, and I can give you some names of good students who are already experienced, and they can take care of you really nicely. And so yeah, so in after I post this live, there's going to be some comments, good articles, and all the research that I was reading from, so you guys have it on the notes. And the other thing I've been using is infrared sauna. I've used it for last more than a year. So infrared sauna is really awesome to help the lymph flowing and get rid of the toxins. So unfortunately, I do not know currently who is providing infrared sauna services here in Kona. If you guys know of anyone, the only lady I knew, she's currently out of business, and her practice was at Kealakekua, so it was usually like $30 per session. You sit there for 30 hours and sweat out all the toxins with the sweat, and so it doesn't really accumulate in your body too much, so it doesn't affect you too much. Also, I've heard food baths are good, like ionic food baths. I don't know how to get a hold of it, but I think Epsom salt food bath could also help. And of course, moving and exercising. I actually haven't been really scared to walk outside at the park in the evening, but I did notice that there's way much less people walking these days. Yeah, so I guess everybody trying to stay away with the air purifiers. But if you cannot stay home all day, you gotta take some other measures. So infrared sauna, I have mine at my house. So it's a really good brand called Healing Heat or something. Yeah, maybe you guys can order some portable infrared sauna on Amazon. I didn't check it out yet, but maybe they have something, at the good price. And so what else I've been doing? Massage, sauna. Yeah, I've been using cellular detox that I am currently sharing with people. Our company just came out with it, and my number one tool was, of course, hemp oil right here. What hemp oil does is back in the days when I was overloaded with heavy metals, was very toxic in them, I used to get chelation therapies with glutathione. So they hook you up to the IV, help you get toxins and heavy metals, and of course it would work for sulfur dioxide to kind of flush it out of your system so it doesn't stay there and it doesn't affect you that much. But those are really pricey. I think I was paying about $300 per each chelation, and it actually makes you so sick because so many toxins and heavy metals gets flushed out of your body for so basically all at the same time. So your bloodstream is freaking out and it's overloaded with it, so it goes all over your system and might make you temporarily sick before you get better. So what is awesome with hemp oil, it makes your body produce glutathione naturally. Glutathione is what they use in those chelation IVs. It's basically, it binds to heavy metals and toxins in your body and it eliminates out of it quickly. But it's not, the hemp oil is not going to be that intense. It just helps your body detoxify VOG and heavy metals naturally, with like gradually, so it doesn't make you sick. It makes you feel better. And I'm gonna also post a research down below how hemp oil helps protect our respiratory system, our lungs. So I mean, every second person probably I talk to Kona these days, they are either experiencing fatigue, sore throat, and yeah, pretty lethargic, and sinus. Yeah, so those are foremost major complaints these days. But I haven't been experiencing any of that. I don't really honestly understand what people are talking about, but I get it. I know what it is to be chronically fatigued, but hemp oil been supporting me really good. I've been taking 4 pumps of this a day, and I have customers who felt effect from it within probably 30 minutes after one dose. So I'll be giving out samples just from my personal bottles under your tongue today at the Starbucks in Kona. The one across Walmart, I'll be there from 4:30 till 5. So if you guys want to just stop by, get a sample, and see if it will give you the VOG relief, you don't have to buy anything from me. I'm just here to, kind of share what's helping me. And and today is the May 23rd, so it's Wednesday. So I'll be there today. So also PM me if you guys have any questions, and I hope you are protecting yourself and your families, and I hope this info was useful. Let me know if you have any more questions, and love you guys. Talk to you later. Aloha.